Hey everybody, it's Mike Young, lifestyle nutritionist with aPlantBasedDiet.org. Welcome to chapter 46, talking about sunscreen. I'm a lifestyle nutritionist, like I said, with aPlantBasedDiet.org. What does this have to do? Well, it doesn't have anything to do with nutrition, I don't think. But it has to do with the idea that your skin is the largest organ in the body. And as we know, there are negative effects to sunlight. Actually, we're going to get to that more in the next chapter of what those are. But one of the techniques that people use to combat the negative effects of the sun is to apply sunscreen. And this is the absolute least effective way, in my mind, to ward off the sun. And it's also the most dangerous of the methods that's used to ward off the sun because it's chemicals. Sunscreen is basically chemicals. And even if you don't, if you can find some organic sunscreen, it's more like white paint in my experience. It hasn't really done well and it sticks to you everywhere. It's just a giant mess and it gets absorbed into your body. But the vast majority of all these sunscreens, they probably do cause cancer in humans. That's the real issue. You try to prevent cancer and wrinkles and other things from happening to you by the negative effects of the sun, and then you're causing another problem at the same time. So don't use this method. It's going to be a really short chapter here. I just want to make sure I threw it in there because I don't want to hear that, hey, guess what, Mike? I'm getting all my vitamin D or time outside in the sun and I'm putting on all the sunscreen, because the chances are you're going to cause a whole other problem. And this is why I need so many chapters in this book, because life is particular. Life is specific. All these little inventions of humans are either going to be good or bad. Most of them are actually bad, because if you go back to the crux of this whole book, it's like you just got to live kind of like people did back years ago before all this technology. The technology is great from a communications and a learning standpoint. You wouldn't be learning anything from me right now if it wasn't for technology. But that's it. Utilize it as a tool. The rest of it, you got to be very, very careful. Sunscreen is a prime example of this. I used to put on sunscreen. I used to think that was the way to go, but it didn't take me long to figure out that if you're out in the sun, which you should be out in the sun, you just got to wear long sleeves, long clothes, stay in the shade, big hats. That's it. Don't use sunscreen. Let me know your experiences below in the comments with sunscreen, about any kind of weird skin cancer. I always use sunscreen. I don't understand why I got it. Let us know in the comments of that, or maybe some systemic cancer, because this stuff gets sucked into your body. I know from all these chemicals you put on your skin, it may cause some systemic cancer as well that you think is totally unrelated to sunscreen, but it may be directly caused by it. So thanks so much for watching. I'm sorry to be delivering the bad news in this chapter. And please like the video, and I'll see you in the next chapter. Bye-bye.